Hi guys, welcome to this new SQL or SQL lesson. Today I'll be showing you how to join multiple databases. For this specific lesson, I am choosing 3 databases to join. To get started, you would be needing 2 things. The first is the IDE. I'm using Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, which is SSMS, one of the best IDE for Microsoft SQL. But you can choose whichever IDE you wish to. Secondly, you would be needing the data. And to get this data, I have listed a website in the description of the video. You can go to the description, download the data and get started with this video. So to get started, I first need to get the data. Now I'm assuming that you already have downloaded the data, and therefore we can quickly click on the task and import our flat files. There are 3 tables in the database, and you will find all these 3 tables once you download the file from the website. Follow these steps, click on browse, click on employee, click on next, next and finish. And similarly, now we will also import our third and the last file. So you should have these 3 files: department, employee and transaction. Ignore this warning if it occurs in your case also. Close it and refresh your database. So for this specific video, I already had one database which was tutorial, and in this tutorial database I have uploaded all these 3 tables. If you want to know how to create a new database, you can just click on the right click on the database folder and click on new database, and you will have new databases. Now going back to the tables which we imported, tutorial tables, and we have all of them. So I'll quickly right click and select the top 1000 rows. Now let's quickly view all the data we have. Select all from department, copy, paste. Now I will select all from employees. Lastly, I will select all from transactions. And I will now press F5 to run all these 3 tables, and as you can see, this is our data. This is the data on which we'll be working on. So first we have a department table. We have the name of the departments and the name of the department heads. In the second table we have employees table, which we have employee number, we have employee first name, middle name, last name, employee government ID, date of birth and department. And in the last table, which is the third table, we have a transaction table in which we have the amount of transaction, we have a date of transaction, and we have the employee number. So as you can see in the first table, which is the department table and the employee table, we have the department as the foreign primary key or the common columns, and in the employee table and the transaction table we have the employee number as the primary and the foreign key or the column. So we would be using employee number and the department to join these 3 tables. Now let's get started. Simply select all the columns we want. So we want employee number, we want employee first name, then we want the department. Finally, we want the department head. And we also want to know how much was the amount of the transaction by this employee. So because amount is measure or is a number of amount or can be aggregated, that's why we would be using a sum of amount. So sum of amount, and then we close it and we choose from table employee. I'm choosing table employee because table employee is the middle table here. I mean to say, if you look at the table employee, it has table employee number, which would join with the transaction table, and it also has department, which would join with the department. That's why I'm here writing employee table. It makes it easy. I have to write less code to do it, and it's more of understanding as well. So from table, and we will call it E. So we are getting E dot employee number. We're going E dot employee first name. We're doing E dot department, and then we're gonna use our join. For this case, I would be using inner join. If you have any difficulties in understanding what type of joins are there are inner, left, right, outer join, you can watch this video. It will help you a lot to understand how the join works in SQL. So now I'm going to be using inner join on which table I want to join. So first I will take the transaction table, and I will copy the transaction table here, paste it, name it as T, and then I will use the keys. So for employee table and transaction table, the common column is the employee number. So E dot employee number is equal to T dot employee number, right? And this is going to be T dot amount as we used to rename the column. So I would say pending amount, and then this will join two tables, right? So if I, let's say if I remove department head from here and I use the group by function here and group by all the other column names, right, like this. When I run this query, it's two table joins, right? I have the pending amount, I have the department, I have the first name, I have the employee number, but I also want the department head to whom this person Vidur is connected to, or who he has to pay from, who is his accountant or who is his lead or who is the department head, right? And therefore, to complete this table, I need a third table also, right? So here, first of all, I will go back and run again my first query, right? We want this department head, and so just next to the department, I want the department head to be, and here I will write department underscore head, which is our column name, and to join the third table I'll again use an inner join. So inner join is basically, it will eliminate all those rows which are not connected or which are not found in any one of the tables, right? It's just the opposite of outer join or a full join. So once we have inner join over here, now we want to inner join again the employee table with the third table. So this is the first table, right? This is the first table, this is the second table, and the third table can join with both of them, but we would be using employee table because we have this common column department, and we would be using this department to join, right? So inner join the name of the third table, which is department table, and we call it D, and on E dot department is equal to D dot department, right? And here in the group by we will also, in select we need to add the table name dot column name, and in the group by also we need to add all those columns which need to be aggregated with our sum of the amount. So all the dimensions we would be using, right? And now let's run it. And now we have again a three table join table. We have employee number, we have first name, department hand, and pending amount. Right. So this is the result of a query. This is how we join three tables. Now once we have this type of data, we might want to make a new table and export it as a CSV, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the function into, and we will use it into as results, which is the name of the table. And when we run this, null's value is, so we have a warning that means the null value is eliminated by the aggregation or other set operations, and there are 1554 new rows were created. So now our result should be inside our database, which was tutorial. I will refresh the database once. And we have tables, and I will select the top 1000 rows, and you can see it's very similar to the one which we used. So to download this data into a CSV file or an Excel file, all we have to do is right click on the database, click on tasks, and just below the import option from where we imported our department, employee, and transaction tables, we have this export data. Click on export data. After clicking on export data, a window will appear like this. Click on next, choose the data source. For us it is SQL Server native client database data source, and the database will be tutorial. Click on next, and the destination for us would be a flat file. So SSMS will copy this data result table from the result table and put it somewhere in a blank sheet. Now to do so, we need to create this blank sheet. I would be using Microsoft Excel. You can use whichever software you wish to use. Here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just create a blank copy and put it on same folder and name it as results, and make sure that the setting is same as the setting was in your SSMS, and then just close it, right? And here in SSMS, click on CSV files, and you should have this results file which we just created, and it is empty file. Once after selecting the CSV file, you will see the settings have changed. You might want to check the settings. I would highly recommend to use UTF -8. Click on next, select this first option, copy the data from one or more tables or view, and then click on next. Finally, what will be our table? So for us the table will be results. database was the tutorial database, and the data table is the result. To give a confirmation or to just cross check, we can click on the preview and we can check, yes, these are the specific 5 columns we're looking forward for. And once it is done, we'll click next. We want to run it immediately and we'll click on finish, and our 1554 rows are now being copied to our new file. To cross check it, we can simply go to the same folder, and this is the file which we created. We click on results, and here we have the same file, right? So all the 5 columns are here, and you can send it over an email to your team. You can share it with your colleagues, or you can keep it for your future work if you're if you want to do it. And yes, so this was the tutorial. I showed you how to join 3 tables. I also showed you how to export the results into a separate CSV file. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it.